Interested in starting your own podcast? Well, let me give you a tip. All you have to do is download the Anchor app. And as soon as you download it, they'll give you tips and tricks as to how to start your podcast. It's as simple as going to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store and just downloading the app. Or on your computer, you can go to the Anchor website and just start your podcast. Stop waiting. Go ahead and start your podcast now. Go. What are you doing? Go get the Anchor app. Start that podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of A Unique Way with Words. I'm your host, Imani Unique. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. I'm forever wishing favor, peace, and blessings over you and your entire life, over your family, over everybody. I really hope everybody is just doing good, growing, learning, trying to become the greatest versions of themselves, because guess what? That's what I'm trying to do. And I say this every episode, but it's the truth. It's really, really hard trying to become the greatest version of yourself. It's really hard trying to let go of I gotta stop saying hard. It's a transition. Trying to let go of the negative thoughts, negative mindset, trying to develop a more positive, positive and good. Sorry, y'all, I'm burning burning some incense, and then I'm about to burn some sage. So if I'm like blowing or like sound like weird, that's why. But yeah, so it's a challenge trying to let go of negative thoughts, negative mindsets, negative ideas. Like, it's all a lesson, and it's all like really a challenge. But lately, what's been on my mind is insecurities and like where they really come from. Where do your insecurities stem from? And how can we tackle them and make them no more? I know a couple of my insecurities, which I'll go ahead and point out. My body. My body is a huge insecurity. Why is that? Because the people around me have nice bodies. Well, not even the people around me, the people who I see, in media, TV, Instagram, all this stuff, they have nice bodies. So, of course, me being me wants that body. And not having people in your corner, not having people around you telling you that you look the way you look is beautiful, it develops an insecurity. If you have people around you saying, oh, this body is, whew, that's sexy, or, ooh, I can't wait till I turn da-da-da-da so I can get this done, or, ooh, I can't wait till I get some extra money so I can get this done. If that is your circle and they're not necessarily hyping their own selves up, then of course you're going to have that same insecurity. It's really, what they say, your vibes attracts your tribe, and what you surround yourself with, it influences who you are and how your life is and the way things work for you. That is extremely true, and I'm like a strong believer in that. Sorry if I sound like my voice is going bigger and then it goes small and then it goes big and it goes small. I'm like walking around and recording this podcast. I need to sit down because I'm low-key getting out of breath. Anyways, I'm a strong believer in the fact that what you surround yourself with and what you consume, it does make who you are. So if everybody in your corner, everybody like around you is not feeding into who you are as a person or who you're trying to become, then of course you're not going to be secure within yourself. Of course you're not going to love who you are. Like, you're really gonna like attack yourself for who you are and become insecure if you're not feeding yourself affirmations, if you're not feeding yourself the things that that will make you feel more comfortable with who you are. I mean, we can change our bodies, but one thing you can't change is a fucked up personality. Excuse my language. But you can change how you look physically, but you can change a fucked up personality. You can. It's possible. But the people who you've crossed wrong and the people who you've treated bad, it's going to be harder for them to accept you once you've already burnt so many bridges, But I hear that saying a lot. I could change my body, but what I can't change, you can't change your face or something. I don't even know. But You can change your body. You can change the way you look. And if you are on the journey to changing the way that you look, as far as like you want to feel more attractive to your, first off, you should try to be attractive to yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. The only like image that matters is what you think about yourself. Like for real. Like I had the biggest insecurity, still like battling this insecurity in my body. Like I want this idealistic body. And ever since the pandemic hit, I have gained like 40 plus pounds. Y'all, I was like literally working out, getting my body right. And then the pandemic hit, and then I gained 40 plus pounds. And the person that I was dating at the time, like when I started gaining the weight, he pointed it out. And I was just like, oh, okay. But I honestly don't think it was like in a malicious way. I just think it would, actually, he was hyping the gaining of weight and then tried to say it was bad, like if that makes sense. But that relationship is never ever happening again because it was not serving me. But anyways, back on track about insecurities. If you are not feeding yourself and consuming or surrounding yourself around people who are positively impacting you, of course, you need people who aren't going to point out your insecurities. You need people around you who aren't going to make you feel like shit, you know? Like you need people around you who aren't going to, feed on to what the problems that you already have. Like if you constantly keep on entertaining or surrounding yourself around people who are feeding into your addiction, feeding into anything that is not serving you, then you're going to revert or you're going to continue to have that problem, which I'm learning. Like, okay, so with this spiritual journey and me trying to become the greatest version of myself, I'm realizing that when I go back to the negative thinking, go back to the negative things that were causing me to be depressed or causing me to feel some type of way, it's like, because I'm continuing to surround myself around things or around individuals who feed into that negativity, you know? And it's really hard, but you just really gotta like change your surroundings, change your environment. Like you gotta if you want to be more positive, surround yourself around positive people. Like, which I have been really, really trying so hard to do, but I know like sometimes I do say like negative stuff, and I hope the people who I have been surrounding myself with the positive people, I hope they don't, be like, this girl so goddamn negative. I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. And that's another thing, you gotta surround yourself. I said that so fast. You gotta surround yourself around people who understand the growth that you were trying to experience, who are pouring into the growth that you're trying to experience. I mean, it's not their job, but it's really important to have people who support you, who want to see you become the greatest version of yourself. So I've been thinking like a lot lately, those people who pick on other people or who point out other people's flaws and want other people to be insecure, they're insecure within themselves. People who pick on other people who talk smack about other people, they are insecure within themselves. And I can actually say that because I was one of those people who pointed out, no, she too loud. She does the most. She does the most. That's just her personality, Monty. Like, it was a point of time in my life where like I couldn't stand people who were just like really bubbly and really like just outgoing. And you know why I couldn't stand that? Because within myself, I was not an outgoing person, and I hated that I wasn't outgoing. I'm still to this day not outgoing. Like, it takes a lot out of me to want to introduce myself to people, try to meet new people, try to mingle, try to like make friends with a whole bunch of people. So of course my insecurity with that, which I am working on it, y'all. My insecurity within myself with that, it negatively reflects on other people. I don't like when other people, well, I didn't like when other people were outgoing. Like, I was jealous. Like, ugh, I don't like that. No, that's not okay. Like, if you really think about it, think about somebody who was rude to you or picked on you about something, or, you know, all those types of things. Think about that person. Now, think about what they picked on you for, or what they talked negatively about you for. Like, why did they talk negatively about you? Think about it. And then think about how they behave and how they act. Like, what within them is their insecurity? Because the only reason why they don't like what you got going on is because they're insecure within themselves. I can say, like, speaking for instance, like celebrities. A celebrity will spend a lot of money on something that a regular person wouldn't spend money on. Okay, here goes the regular person. She shouldn't spend. You don't have that money, so you don't need to make a comment about what this person is spending their money on, because you don't got it. The only reason why you're saying something is because you're insecure within yourself and you don't have it. So you're jealous. You're reflecting your jealous insecurity out on other people. So now y'all probably thinking, so how do these people get rid of it, or get rid of their insecurities, get rid of being so mean? I'm going to tell you how I got rid of it. You really have to understand and accept the fact that not everybody is like you. You really have to understand and accept the fact that the same thing they got, you could push yourself to get. You really have to understand and accept the fact that your insecurity within yourself is something that's only temporary. Yeah. All insecurities are very temporary. Everything that you are insecure about, you can fix it. You can change it. You can really change it. And the best way to change it is to change your mindset. Change how you think about it. Change your beliefs about it. My insecurity is I don't have a fat booty. Okay, take your booty to the gym and build one. It's buildable. It is really buildable. Having a big booty is buildable. It is possible. It is really possible. Eat the right things, work out. You can have it. Or work hard. Do what you got to do. Make that money and you can go buy it. Don't be insecure about something that can be fixed. Or if you don't even, you know what? You ain't even got to fix it. Love yourself for what you are. Ain't nobody in this world built like me. That's what you got to tell yourself. Nobody's built like me. Nobody's made like me. I am one of a kind. One of a kind, baby. Ain't nobody look like me. And guess what? If you think that you're not attracting people because of the way that you look, or the way that a certain thing that you are insecure about, change your mindset. You can attract whoever you want. You can attract anything that you want if you just simply change your mindset. Now, I'm about to talk a little bit about like attracting people, like men that I have attracted in my life. Now, most guys that I normally like entertain, date, dealt with, their go-to female was never the type. It was never my type. It was never who I am. It never. The females that they like never looked like how I looked. But how did I attract these certain types of guys? They weren't the best guys, but how did I attract these certain types of guys? Have that mindset and have that confidence within yourself that you are the baddest thing. Have that mindset and that confidence within yourself that you can attract anything or anybody that you desire. But with doing so, make sure you have that mindset that I will attract someone worthwhile. Somebody actually worth attracting. Like, you don't want to attract just any old body, because then you're going to end up like me. You're going to end up like me. But most of the guys that I have attracted were lessons to be learned. Because without those lessons, I would not be sitting here talking to you guys through this podcast. This podcast wouldn't even be existent if I didn't go through the things that I've been through. And I keep saying that. I have to keep reiterating. I have to keep speaking this into existence. There's a reason behind all this crap that I've dealt with and I keep on going through. I used to cry myself to sleep and say that I used to talk to God, there has to be a reason why you have given me such a crazy life. And at first I didn't understand why me? And I keep having to reiterate and reassure myself, there's a purpose for what you go through. There's a purpose for the things that you deal with. Everything that you go through, deal with, there's a purpose for it. Whether it is to just be a lesson so that you no longer deal with those certain things, or a lesson so that you can teach others, so that you can mentor, communicate, talk to others about things that you've gone through, so that they won't have to experience the same thing. Once you realize that and accept that, I swear, things just start to feel a little bit better. But I'm going to keep it a buck. I do have my moments where I revert back, and I keep telling myself that I have to keep moving forward. Keep pushing myself to be the greatest version. Keep pushing myself to be more positive. Keep pushing myself to no longer deal with and experience things that just don't serve me. I have goals. I have aspirations. I want to make something out of myself. I want to have a life where I can attract people into my life that'll be there forever. I want to build lifelong bonds. I want to make lifelong friendships. I want to keep people in my life. I want to constantly continue to grow and meet new people. And in order to do that, I have to become the greatest version of myself. Because in order to keep people and in order to meet good people, you have to be a good person, and you have to be the greatest version of yourself to attract the greatest versions of the people around you. And it's okay if they aren't the greatest version of themselves yet. There might be a reason behind you meeting those people. They might need your advice or your help with dealing with their own insecurities. 50 Cent said something in his audiobook. Don't ask me the name right now, y'all. But 50 Cent said, when you take care of yourself, the way that you treat yourself is a way that I think he admires people who work out. He admires people that dress well. He admires people that keep themselves up to par. If you take care of yourself and treat yourself right, you show other people how to treat you. You show other people how to take care of you. You show other people how to approach you. Now, that's another thing. That's a big thing with me. When it comes to fashion, when it comes to getting up every morning and dressing, getting up, making my hair look nice, all that good stuff, I am extremely lazy when it comes to taking care of myself in that aspect. So the people that I will run across or come across, they probably look at me as like, ugh. But best believe, boo-boo, when I go out and enjoy myself, I look up to par. But I will keep it a buck when every day, no. But I do need to work on that, because the way that you treat yourself, the way that you care for yourself is the way you project how you want to be treated by others. You can't give yourself love once a month and expect a man to give you love year round. That's deep, huh? You can't hate everything about yourself and expect other people to love what you project out that you hate. That's deep, huh? Yeah, I know. And it's crazy because I have to remind myself, constant reminder that I have to continue to love myself and treat myself right in order to attract the good people, good quality people into my life. As I've said in previous episodes, I haven't had the best love life. I haven't had the best relationships. As I've said in, I think, this episode, I say it in every episode, I have not had the best relationships. I have not had the best love life. They've all been lessons to lead me to where I'm at right now, which is currently healing, currently learning, currently experiencing the types of experiences I needed to experience to become the greatest version of myself. And that's period. That's that on that. No. But the reason behind me not having the greatest experiences when it came to love was because I didn't love myself. I didn't love certain qualities about myself. I might have loved those qualities on the surface at the beginning, but once I got comfortable, once I fully let down that wall with confidence written all over it, that wall with she's at peace written all over it. Once that wall constantly tore down, you start to see insecurity. You started to see self-hate. You started to see mommy issues. You started to see daddy issues. You started to see so many things that I cover up with this wall, you know. And it takes internal work and working on yourself and working on how you are as a person to finally get rid of those things that you're hiding behind that wall. You need to make that wall become who you are as a person. You know, you need to be confident within yourself 24/7. You need to be secure within yourself 24/7. Love who you are. Love your body. Love every inch of yourself. And in order to love every inch of yourself, sometimes it may take taking a step. I always say this. It may take taking a step back from other people. It may take isolation. And I think for myself, that's really what it's going to take for me. I think I need a moment, maybe a year of just isolation. A year of working on who I am as an individual, working on this mindset, working on becoming a more positively thinking person. Because right now, my mind, it's not all the way there. I mean, my mind's there, but it's not all the way as positive, and I'm not all the way the person that I really truly want to be. And I think everybody should try to become that person and who they truly 100% want to be, you know. Yes, we go through different issues, but you got to turn those issues into lessons and overcome them. Turn that issue into a mountain and climb to the top and slide on down and don't look back. Don't look back. And that's another thing that I think that we all have issues with, is letting go of that past hill, that past mountain, that past challenge that we already passed. The past is the past. We passed it. We don't have to go through it again. The past is the past. We don't have to go through it again. So why are you forcing yourself to go through it again? You don't have to keep going through. You don't have to keep experiencing struggle. You don't have to keep on keeping on. No, but you don't have to keep experiencing the same old thing. Learn from the last time. Sit down. Sit down. Be still. Think about what you just did. You remember when you was in timeout as a kid after you got a whooping growing up. You crying, and then they tell you to sit there and think about what you just did. So I think that's what we need to do. We need to sit and think about what we just did and get the lesson out of it. I learned that if I touch the stove, I'm going to get burned. All right. Now I'm sitting here thinking, I ain't ever touching the stove again. All right. I just got my butt beat for drawing all over the walls. Okay, I learned. Well, that's not a good one. I never got a whooping for drawing over the wall. What did I get? Oh, I got a whooping for cussing at my grandma one time. We were scrubbing the walls, cleaning the house, and I was like, "What you want me to do? Grow another fucking arm?" And I got a whooping really bad. But that whooping taught me you don't need to be cussing at your grandma. You need to treat her with respect. Because she expects you, after her working hard to take care of and provide for you, to clean her house. She expects you to clean her house. So you need to clean her house. Because she's doing everything that she can in her possibility to make sure you have a roof over your head and you are well taken care of. So let's use God, for example. God is going to punish you, well, not even punish you, but teach you a lesson by isolating you and sitting you there to sit down and think about what you just did. God, I'm lonely. No, you need to sit down and sit there and think about what you just did. I just got a whooping. This is your whooping right here. Sit down and think about what you just did. What I did, how can I learn from that situation? Sorry if I'm going all over the place, y'all. That's normal for this podcast. And if you're still listening, I really appreciate y'all because I really just be going on rants and just be talking. But this episode, whatever. But yeah, back on insecurities, we really got to learn how to not reflect our own personal insecurities on other people. If you reflect your insecurity on other people, you got to work on it. You really got to work on it. And a lot of people who do reflect their insecurities on other people, they don't want to work on it. They just think it's okay to just be mean and think it's okay to just treat other people poorly. And it's not okay. You really sometimes the bullies win. Sometimes the people who reflect their insecurities on other people, sometimes they win. But sometimes they lose. When I say they win, sometimes what they say gets to your head. And if you aren't surrounded by people who show you and tell you that that's nothing for you to be insecure about, of course it's going to eat you up and beat you up. You have to, it's not easy to surround yourself around good people. It's not easy at all. It's really hard. And I'm one to tell you, it's really hard. Especially at my age and where I'm at, my predicament, it's hard. It's hard meeting people because everybody my age right now is going through the same things I'm going through. They're trying to become their greatest version of themselves. And right now it's isolation time for everybody. Everybody is handling stuff and dealing with stuff alone. Not everybody. Some people are dealing with things alone. And I feel like upbringing plays a huge role in what you're insecure about. If your parents, if your family, if people around you are not feeding into you that you are beautiful all the time. When it comes to fathers and men, if your father growing up pours into you that you are the most beautiful girl in the world, you don't need a man for this or all that good stuff. He feeds into you. He pours into you. Of course, you're going to carry yourself to a certain standard. Most of the time. Not every female that has a father, carries themselves to a high standard. If you have a mother who tells you, no matter what anybody says, you're so beautiful, feeds, pours into you, gives you affirmations that you are the greatest, then 9 times out of 10, you are going to carry yourself like you are the greatest, And I really feel like having that and having people around who are constantly pouring into you those affirmations, or constantly pour yourself them affirmations. As an adult, you got to learn how to pour yourself those affirmations. That stuff that your parents instilled in you, start pouring it into yourself. And if you had parents who were just trash and didn't pour that into you, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a journey to pour it into yourself, but you can do it. Like, I didn't have a dad growing up. So hearing words of affirmations from a father is something that I've never experienced. It sucks, but hey, not everybody is blessed to have a father, Not everybody is blessed to have the experience of having a man who actually loves you for you, not just for your body or what you got, Women who grow up with fathers are truly blessed. Women who grow up with amazing mothers are truly blessed. And now I can go into talking about waiting to have children. I said wanting to have children. And when I do have children, I will pour into my child, that they are the most smartest, beautiful, spontaneous kids ever. I wish I could see my face. I did a question mark type of face. But yeah, I can't just say don't allow your insecurities to get the best of you, because hey, we're human. We all have feelings and all go through things, but I want to challenge you to challenge yourself to speak positive affirmations into yourself. And that will be it for this podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really just spoke and did a whole podcast episode for 30 something minutes. Woo, child. But I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you if you made it this far, because I was ranting and all over the place. But thank you guys so much. I love and appreciate everybody who supports me. If you want my support, follow me on social media. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for listening to A Unique Way with Words. Be sure to stay connected with me on all of my social medias. My social media platforms will be linked in all of my episodes on whatever streaming platform that you're listening to this on. And then also, if you don't want to just click the links, you can go find me on Instagram at A Unique Way with Words, or you can follow my personal Instagram at uniquelyimani_. I do have a Facebook page, A Unique Way with Words. And then I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for the support. Wishing life, love, and all of the above. Life and light. Yeah, all of that. Bye, you guys. Thanks for listening.